electromagnetic damping and its correction. Here we took a powerful horseshoe magnet of north and south poles. And now this lines indicates the direction of magnetic flux lines passing from north to south. Here a uniform magnetic field is produced between the poles of horseshoe magnet. Now here we suspended a coil PQRS in this uniform magnetic field produced between the poles of horseshoe magnet. And now once if we recall the Faraday's law says that if the magnetic flux linked with the coil changes, an induced EMF is set up in the coil. And according to the Lenz's law, the direction of that induced EMF will be opposite to the direction of motion of the coil. Now based on this only, let us go for our further explanation. So here we suspended PQRS coil in uniform magnetic field produced between the poles of powerful magnet. Now let us pass a charge. Okay, now here we are passing a charge through the coil. When charge is passed through the coil, now this galvanometer swings in a permanent magnetic field. When charge is passed through the coil, this galvanometer swings in a permanent magnetic field. So magnetic flux linked with this coil changes. Now due to that, an induced current is set up in the coil. Okay, so when charge is passed through the galvanometer, which is placed in permanent magnetic field produced between the poles of a powerful magnet, galvanometer starts swinging. Now due to this, magnetic flux attached with the coil changes, and due to this, induced current is set up in the coil. Okay, now in torque already we studied that when induced current flows through the coil, now this is the in a magnetic field when we place the coil in such a way, PQRS. Now induced current is set up in the coil. Now see, this PSQR phases are perpendicular to each other. Now according to Fleming's left hand rule, now on PS phase force acts inwards, on QR phase force acts outwards, and line of action of these two forces are not same. So these two forces of same magnitude parallel to each other, whose line of action is not same, constitute a couple. Okay, constitute a couple. Now the direction, according to Lenz's law, the direction of this couple is opposite to the direction of motion of coil. So the direction of a couple is opposite to the direction of motion of coil. Means this couple is opposing the motion of coil. So now as couple is opposing the motion of coil, slowly the coil starts coming to the rest position. That is, it indicates that the amplitude of swing is decreasing, and this we call it as damping. Okay, so here as a couple formed due to the induced current is opposite to the direction of motion of coil, the swing of coil starts decreasing, that is amplitude starts decreasing. Slowly the coil starts coming towards the rest position, and this what we call it as damping. So here the damping is arising due to the induced current in the coil during its motion in permanent magnetic field. So here the damping is arising due to the induced current in the coil during its motion in permanent magnetic field, and such damping we call it as electromagnetic damping. So this is about electromagnetic damping. Now next, already in theory of ballistic galvanometer we founded that the charge is directly proportional to the maximum deflection produced by the coil. Okay, the charge is directly proportional to the maximum deflection produced by the coil. Now here we are talking about electromagnetic damping. Now here one is the coil is suspended in the permanent magnetic field produced between the north and south poles of horseshoe magnet. Now due to this, the one which reduces the amplitude of the coil is nothing but electromagnetic damping we are calling. So the second frictional force is the frictional force between this moving system, that is coil, and the air, that is the surrounding medium. Okay, so when we talked about Q proportional to theta naught, here we talked that the total kinetic energy is utilized only to give maximum twist theta naught to the coil, to the wire. So here in Q proportional to theta naught we discussed that the total kinetic energy is utilized only for twisting the wire through an angle theta naught. But here with our discussion we understood that one is due to induced currents in coil, electromagnetic damping we are getting. Other is the frictional forces are present between the moving system, that is nothing but the coil, and its surroundings, that is air. Okay, so here the friction is created, one due to electromagnetic damping and other due to the moving system and the surrounding medium, that is air. Okay, now in order to overcome these frictional forces as well as electromagnetic damping, the coil utilizes some of its kinetic energy. Okay, in such a way some of the kinetic energy is dissipated in overcoming the electromagnetic damping as well as frictional forces produced between the moving system of coil as well as the surroundings. So now we have to correct this equation Q proportional to theta naught. So now let us go for that correction due to the damping produced. Now let this diagram, 0 is the mean position of the coil. Let this be the mean position of the coil. Now let theta 1 be the first throw of the coil, then it comes towards theta 2, again it swings towards theta 3, again theta 4, theta 5, theta 6 with respect to the mean position, that is the coil is swinging with respect to the mean position O. So now theta 1, theta 2 be the so on be the successive throws observed at the end of first, second, so on oscillations of the coil. Now here you see theta 1, theta 5, theta 1, theta 3, theta 5 are on one side of the mean position. Theta 2, theta 4, theta 6 are on other side of the mean position. This diagram is clearly saying that here there is reduction in amplitude. You see theta 1 to theta 2. Due to this electromagnetic damping and frictional force, the amplitude reduced to theta 3. And again here theta 4. Again theta 5. Again theta 6. At last it come to the rest position. Okay. So now it is observed that theta 1 by theta 2 equal to theta 2 by theta 3 equal to so on equal to d. Here d we call it as decrement, a constant. Now writing the log value of d, we can write it as log base ed. Now let log base ed is equal to lambda. Okay, so d equal to e to the power of lambda we can write. Now if we take a complete oscillation, now theta 1 by theta 3 is one complete oscillation. So oscillation means the to and back, the to and fro motion of a particle. So theta 1 to theta 2, and again if it comes to theta 3 only, we say it as one complete oscillation. So now here we are considering one complete oscillation. Okay. So that is theta 1 to theta 3. That is equal to theta 1 by theta 2 into, again it comes from theta 2 to theta 3. So already we wrote theta 1 by theta 2 equal to e to the power of lambda. Similarly theta 2 by theta 3 is equal to e to the power of lambda. So e to the power of lambda into e to the power of lambda equal to e to the power of 2 lambda. And now a decrement for quarter vibration can be written as e to the power of lambda by 2. So quarter vibration means 1/4. So e to the power, it becomes e to the power of lambda by 2. Now to calculate the true throw theta naught in absence of damping, we consider the fact that first throw theta 1 is observed when coil completes quarter vibration. Now here we have to calculate the true throw theta naught in absence of damping. So it is observed that the first throw theta 1 is observed when coil completes quarter vibration. So now writing theta naught to theta 1, that is equal to e to the power of lambda by 2. Why we wrote this e to the power of lambda by 2? Because we are saying we observed first throw when coil completes quarter vibration. Okay. So theta naught by theta 1 equal to e to the power of lambda by 2. So that is equal to theta naught equal to theta 1 e to the power of lambda by 2. That is equal to theta 1 plus lambda by 2 plus so on. Expansion we wrote. Now neglecting higher terms, we get theta naught equal to theta 1 plus lambda by 2. Now already we know that Q is proportional to theta naught. Now substituting this value in the place of theta naught, we get Q equal to K theta 1 plus lambda by 2. K means T by 2 pi C by NAB. Theta 1 plus lambda by 2. So this is the correction by considering the damping in the equation of Q proportional to theta naught. So this gives the relationship between the charge and first throw.